Well, good morning. It's Tuesday, February 23rd. Want to welcome you to this session for Management 351. Um, this is just this is a catch-up session just to kind of take stock of where we are in the course, what you should be focusing on, and what is going to be upcoming in the next few weeks for the Management 351 course. As you're aware, we have a test upcoming this Thursday. That is the only one that's going to be over just two chapters, so less material. So this should be one that hopefully, I don't want to say a tad easier to study for, but less material to study for. The reason for only putting two chapters on this test, yes, it's a chance to perhaps do well, and that's hoped for, but also it these are two very important chapters that kind of lay the foundation for studying organizational behavior and in a way talking about what we do at work, how we interact with people, some of the underlying theories in terms of communication and motivation that help explain a lot of what happens in not just interactions at work, but interactions socially and with family and friends and all kinds of situations. So hopefully these are interesting chapters. I think the whole uh, uh, segment that we're starting with this unit on organizational behavior and carrying through to the next one, where we talk about leadership theories and so forth, really give you some of the most useful info. It's all useful info, but it gives you some of the more useful info that you can immediately apply in your present work, and hopefully it'll stay in your recesses of your brain to apply in later years as you get into working and management positions. So, with that being said, the immediate concern is being prepared for the test coming up on Thursday. Again, the all the activities, the homework, and the quizzes for chapters 14 and chapters 12 will be due on Wednesday night by before midnight. And again, just as a reminder, with Connect, that is a hard out. So you need to be completed with the activities and not in process on one when it rolls around 11:59 tomorrow night. On Thursday, again, you will have all day. You'll have a 24-hour window in which to take the exam. The actual exam time limit is 70 minutes to do 50 questions. Uh, so hopefully that is not an issue based on the analytics I see behind the scenes. Not an issue for most in terms of hitting the time limit. But looking toward the exam, what I can say is now you have one exam under your belt, and as I've said in emails, that exams are always kind of a feeling out process between you and your studying methods and me and what I choose to put on the test. And so you have one exam down. You have one experience now taking the exam fully online in Connect, and taking an exam where there is basically open resources. And so knowing that most will take advantage of that. Hopefully after the first exam, depending on how you did, you have developed a strategy for the future exams, and this and we'll do better once you become more comfortable with the format. The The issue always is, how to best study when you're talking about an online exam, and particularly where there's open resources. Uh, as I said before, the first one, it's a matter of preparing as if you're taking it in the classroom with no resources. You will do the best that you can under those circumstances, but knowing that you can use access resources, that throws um, a significant variable into the equation for you, and you have to determine how best not just to study, how much to study. Studying is good, but then also how to approach things during the exam, and to practice time management. Please, have your phone clock on, have a watch, a wall clock, so that you can keep track of time during the exam and not lose track of time, and get lost trying to find the answer to one question, and suddenly 5-10 minutes go by when you're digging for one question, and your time management strategy can go haywire. So the other aspect is, as a reminder, that you can take the test once, and then if you are not entirely satisfied with your grade, you can take it a second time. Grade, and that's no risk. Only the highest score counts, and a not a majority, but a number of my students this semester with that first test, just like I see from prior semesters using Connect, do take advantage of that. And so I would urge you, if the first exam score you say, I can do better, either turn around and take it immediately, or if your schedule allows, if you have a chance to get caught up on studying for some aspects of the chapters that maybe you weren't quite as familiar with, or had seemed to have some difficulty with the test questions there. Study for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 2 hours, and come back and take the test again. So hopefully you'll take advantage of that. Let me apologize. First off, I should have said at the beginning, this is the 8 o'clock show, so may get my wrap down better for the 11 and the 2. But if you hear ambient noise in the background, they're tearing out our driveway at our house, and so we've got the bobcat, the dump truck, the crew. So you may hear some jackhammering as we go along. I try to pick the room where that wouldn't be as much of an issue, but I know I can hear faint, so hopefully it's not coming through too bad in the video. Okay, with that out of the way, in terms of performance in the class, overall, after one test, it's about where I would expect. Test grades. Some of you might be surprised. The grades on these Connect tests seem to closely mirror what you would find with an in-class test. It's I think, as many of you found, it's not like a slam dunk and say, "Ooh, I have access to the ebook. I can access anything during the test, and this should be an easy way to make an A or 100 on that." That wasn't the case. I can tell you by looking at the grades, but it's also grades tend to work in a distribution. What concerns me were a few particularly low grades that did occur, and so for those students, I hope one test was a lesson learned. One test could be dropped during the semester, and hopefully the next 5 go much better, and you do better from approaching the test, and then performing on the test as we go through the semester. If that's not the case, I would encourage you to reach out to me via email, or send me a Zoom Google Meet invite, and we can discuss that, and where you stand in the course. Always happy to do that. I guess that leads to me giving you a reminder. I do it in my weekly emails to you, but please feel free. I am available Monday through Thursday mornings, pretty pretty much all morning. And if something does come up, had some issues last week, but if something does come up, I'll let you know in advance if possible. But please feel free if you want to discuss the course, any difficulties you're having, any just general concerns. Please send me a Google Meet or a Zoom invite, and give me a little notice. Give me that day or two's a day's notice if possible. Day of I've done, but I just want to make sure that I'm available. I'm online, and have a computer that's working. One fried on me. One of our main computer fried on me yesterday. So do let me know, and I'll be happy to have a session with you and hopefully help you get through the course. Where other housekeeping notes as we look ahead. I know I was doing some work behind the scenes, just kind of getting things ready for the course basically between now and spring break, which amazingly we are still having a spring break. Okay, I guess we are. So that we got Mardi Gras in, and boy, that was a great holiday with great weather. But fortunately, in our area, we didn't have the difficulties that my home state of Texas did, and so I know a lot of friends that were having some real problems last week. So we can be thankful. But looking ahead between now and spring break, we have by the time we get to spring break, there will be two more exams after the one you take on Thursday. So basically, by spring break, we'll be 2/3 of the way through the book, 2/3 of the way through the Connect work, and 2/3 of the way you will have taken 4 of the 6 regular exams for the course. So certainly, it's kind of a sprint, the way this course is structured, but do stay focused on the task at hand, and do pay attention to the deadlines that are given to you in Connect, and try to give reminders in the weekly emails, the course schedule that's provided to you at the online in Moodle. Sticking to that will, no matter what comes up, unless the university calendar were to change. I don't think that will at this point, based on circumstances. So just be aware of the deadlines. I know literally I was talking to a friend of my son's last week, and he was talking about getting messed up in a class, not this one, messed up in another class because he just assumed everything was due on Friday, and it wasn't. And so do pay attention. With the deadlines, I don't have a standard whether our exams are going to be on Tuesday, Thursday, or the night before, meaning Monday or Wednesday evenings for the Connect work. But do just keep apprised of the schedule. Sticking to that initial schedule that's posted in Moodle, and keep that handy. I know when you go into Connect, seeing what's next for you to do, that can be helpful. But and hopefully reading the weekly emails I send with just some quick reminders on deadlines or what's upcoming. So with that being said, I'm very pleased overall with the performance in the class. I hope that you get a good bit out of it, and I think one way to do that is to make sure and take advantage of using the video lectures that I provide to you. Question came up because we did have the first sync of grades between Connect and Moodle. Usually I do that after each test. There was something with Southeastern's Moodle system that prevented it until Sunday night was the first time to sync grades this semester. And heard from a few of you because there was there were a couple of issues, but I will be syncing grades basically like the day after each exam, and that will be the point at which you can get the most accurate picture of what your grade is to date. I sent out an email yesterday with a few tips, and if you want to keep track of your own grades, make sure where you stand, because there's some when I sync grades between Connect and Moodle, it picks up anything that any student in the class has attempted. So say right after an exam, if even one student in the class attempts one of the homeworks, the quizzes, so forth, then it shares grades for everybody. And when Connect shares grades, what it does is it shares a 0 for anything that's not done. So that's why I like to do it after a test, so that only includes the grades up to that point. And so I understand you wouldn't want to see a 0 or have a grade count as a 0 if that's not the case. And so do be aware of that. So just the emails that were sent to you on Monday, February 22nd, just kind of take a special look at those, and then I'll give you information on the grades that you see in Connect versus the grades you see in Moodle. I know you want an accurate grade, and it will be an accurate grade at the end. It's just during the in process there could be a few little hiccups, but if you see your actual grades, you can do the computation yourself pretty easily, and especially if you just set up a quick little spreadsheet and want to keep track on the side. That being said, the main thing is to stay engaged. One thing about the video lectures. Again, the video lectures are not required to be watched. One of the things that Connect imported yesterday was grades for the video lectures, which were not required, and so suddenly there were some zeros. Got rid of those. Won't be updating those grades during the course of the semester. So just be aware that when you see the video lecture item in Connect, you don't have to access the video lectures through there. They're not required to be viewed. You can go straight to the YouTube links that I provide you in those weekly announcements and in the course syllabus, and take advantage of those. I know one thing, with YouTube, you can when you with your channel, as many of you know far better than I, you can view the analytics on video views, and not surprisingly, many views right in those 24 hours, 48 hours before the test day, and then surprisingly, a lot of views on the test day. I don't think I had seen that quite as much in the fall semester. So do take advantage of those. A lot of time put into doing those. May not seem like it, but it was, and so do take advantage of those. And again, I've seen and heard from students using the video lectures in quite creative ways, in terms of just particularly just listening to the YouTube videos as you commute, as you work out, and so forth. So do take advantage of those. That was a good amount of time and effort put into those by myself, but I think the end product's good and can help reinforce. It's not taking the place of reading. It's not it's not totally a one-for-one replacement of the classroom experience, but in a way it's much more focused, because I'm just talking about the material in the book. There's no me going off on a story story tangent or anything, and so I think it's pretty efficient in terms of covering the material in the book, and hopefully if you use it to reinforce your learning, that's the main thing. So that's where we stand. This I didn't intend this to go the full 40 minutes on Zoom, unless there were any questions. I don't see any questions in the chat as of right now. Not if you have any that you'd want for me to answer here in the remaining minutes, just please either type them in or turn on your camera and ask me a question, and I will hang here for a couple of minutes to see if there's any question activity. But with that being said, I'll wait on questions. My main message is to stay engaged with not just this class, but with your other classes. I know, one of the real challenges for you as a student these days is you have 4, 5, 6 different professors, and each doing classes in their own way. Each, whether it's in person, hybrid, or just totally online. There's a lot to keep track of, because your different professors doing things in different ways, and I'm glad we can. I know my attitude is to try to make it as flexible as possible for you. I know, we got to have deadlines. We got to have specific days when things are due, and taking tests and so forth. But with things like the all day window to take the exam at a time of your choosing, try to make it as flexible as possible for you to a point. Got to have a few rules and timelines in place. But I know a lot to keep track of for you on your end. I'll try to keep making it as simple as possible with the weekly announcements. I try to make them shorter, but they end up being a tad on the long side. So bear with me on that. But I tried just to include information that's going to be useful to you, and what you need to know for the week upcoming, or for the next few weeks. And wanted to give you this update as we go along. We'll have another Zoom session on Thursday, March the 11th, scheduled as of now. My that as we get there, we're going to be approaching more the midway point of the semester. So do stay engaged. Do keep doing what you're doing, and in working with Connect, and do well on everything. I hope I see lots of hundreds on the homeworks, and the quiz grades being good, and the test grades being good. Would like to see the rising tide lift all boats, and see improvement on the second exam, and typically we do. So from a personal from your personal standpoint, and from a class standpoint, we should see improvement on this second exam upcoming on Thursday. So with no questions being asked, I'll end things here. I hope you have a good week ahead. We hopefully are out of the winter weather that hit us pretty hard, but hit a lot of folks a lot harder. And so hopefully we'll be entering into a little spring-like weather, and it will be much more pleasant. It is much more pleasant to be outside than a few days ago. So I wish you well. If you have any questions, concerns, please email me. Please set up a Zoom or Google Meet session. If you feel that's necessary, welcome that, and look forward to working with you again for the rest of the semester. And I will talk to you soon again via this mean. And if you need to reach out, please do. So appreciate it. Good morning and have a good day.